So here we are out in the middle of nowhere, Iowa, looking at this van. It's a $500 van. And so, you know, I kind of fiddle around with my farm truck, and I thought, might as well build a 351 Windsor engine for it. So I thought, well, you know, it's kind of winter and I don't really want to take the topper off the Ranger, so I'll just buy a vehicle with a 351 and pull it. So here we have this van here. So it's got a 351, but I drove it up and down the road, 9-inch rear end, and has good oil pressure, doesn't overheat, and the power steering, brakes, everything works great on this van. So we're gonna go ahead and take it home and determine if we want to pull this 351 or not. I got some 302s I could drop in it instead of that 351 and run it, but it's a darn good van. Heat works, everything works on it, and we'll get to that in a bit. But a really interesting guy out here. We're looking at this tractor here for $2,000, runs good, 1973 model.
This is your Meyer car right here.
Look at that.
65 Malibu SS. This one.
How much is that?
Well, I put it on the internet for $25,000. I'm gonna tell you. I had a guy 70 years old come and look at it. You know what he told me? I never ran the numbers on it, so I didn't know exactly. I knew it was an SS because I bought it from a guy down in Osceola. His boy went to Iraq, got killed over there, and he actually goes, I had a Road King Harley. He wanted to buy it from me. He goes, I'm going to trade this to you. I said, all right. So, you know, I took it in on trade, but later, I'm going to say a year later, probably I put it on the internet for sale, and this guy come and looked at it. He goes, put the cover back on it and keep this car for another 10 years. I said, why? He goes, you'll retire, kid. I'm like, why? He goes, the way it sits right now, it's a $75,000 car. I said, well, I see it on the internet. That's why I put it for 25. He goes, you don't understand the numbers on it. It's number 4 built, and it's got factory air through the console. They only made 500 of them. I didn't know that. I didn't know nothing about it.
Air conditioning wasn't a big deal back then. I mean, the factory air was big.
No.
Yeah, that's quite an investment there.
There's a vet for sale. I want 12.5. It's on the internet.
What year is that?
73.
You like your 70s vehicles, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. This thing's, I told him I took it in on trade on a 70 key or a 70 short box, 70 Chevy short box I had, and the guy told me he had 12,000 invested in it, and I don't know much about him, but this Mexican kid come here and he's looking at it. And he looked at it, oh my God! He goes, this. He goes like this. I said, what? He goes, this telly heads, and he goes, this motor 5. I said, what do you mean? He goes, Porsche. He goes, this $8,000 motor. No kidding you. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, this, you don't find it. He goes, this motor is more than the whole dune buggy.
Porsche heads are sticking out.
Yeah, Porsche heads.
I think on the
It's got sync carbs. He sent them out to California. It was $850 to put them in sync.
That's $1,200 to have dual carb setups and stuff. I know I had a Beetle that I sold.
Really?
So yeah.
What year?
69. I didn't really care for it. Didn't have enough power.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this thing screams. It's been balanced, blueprinted, carburetor sync. What else do you say? It's got telly Porsche heads on it. He built it for the sand rails in Arizona, and they took the Oklahoma once. He had this one, the yellow one, he said, and he sold the yellow one. And I took this one in on trade, and I got it on the internet for $8,500. I think it's a fair price. It's all JMR suspension and everything.
Someone will come and buy it for that.
He said he had $12,000 in it. That's what he told me.
Yeah, they'll be out in the dunes with that thing.
Lightsaber back there.
Yeah, you know what he told me? You don't have them on in the desert. It's automatic. The $500 fine, they catch you again. It's a $1,000 fine. They catch you again. They take your dune buggy.
Not having their lights on.
Yeah, not having one of them lights so they can see you. I was like, are you kidding me?
There's that many people running around the desert.
Yeah, surprising.
Jam out there.
Oh, it's rush hour in the desert.
But yeah, that's neat, Rod. But I'm more interested in the tractor, man. I better limit it.
Yeah, but we appreciate you letting us see that stuff because
Oh, yeah.
that's wicked cool.
Yeah, I need a tractor.
Here we are sitting in the van. Stopped to get gas on our trip as usual. We're always, picking stuff up and driving it without insurance or license plates halfway across the country. So, so far so good. All our gauges work. It's probably 55,000 original miles because when I pulled the center section back to look at the engine, everything looks like it's never had a wrench on it, and there's no way it has 155 without someone at least rebuilding the carburetor or something of that nature. So it's probably original. Story goes the guy used it to pull a camper. So 351 Windsor C6 engine, but yeah, it runs amazingly well. So even the radio works, has cruise control and everything. So pretty impressive. It's going to be hard to cut this one up, but we'll just see what we'll do with it. All right, so here we go. We're going to start it up. Hot start for you. I had to open the throttle a little bit. But let our gauges come up, and it's got good oil pressure and doesn't overheat. Well, anyway, it rolls down the road 70 miles an hour. Do a little getting up to speed run here. The suspension definitely feels like it's from 1978, that's for sure. All right. There it goes. Shifts through all the gears pretty good. Nice custom windshield crack right in my line of sight. But yeah, cruises right along. Pretty impressive. All right, so final ride of the E150. It's all she wrote. Made it to the tree farm. Got a lot of good parts that we could use. The back's all rotted out, but gonna go ahead and pull that 351, freshen it up, re-ring it, put new bearings in, cam, and we'll probably do a budget performance build, and we'll be dropping it in the blue F100 and see who we can terrorize. But all in all, it's kind of a shame. So pull it apart as it runs so good. So I might leave it up to you guys. What do you think? Should I just pillage it for parts, or should I steal the 351 and then take the old roller 302 that used to be in the truck and put it back in this thing, keep it on the road? So it'd be a shame to ruin it. It runs so nice. So it just drove 100 miles just fine and did 70, 75 mile an hour.